Howdy and namaste everyone. My name is Parth and welcome to the Karma Yogi podcast where we discuss how to attract extraordinary success and become a better version of ourselves every day. A direct downside of the instant gratification and microwave culture that we have all been exposed to is that we humans have forgotten the virtue of waiting. Yes, I call it a virtue because it's a trait of the most courageous amongst us, not a sign of timidity or weakness. Just imagine how much waiting there would have been in ancient times. It took several weeks to travel. It took several weeks or months for mail to arrive. And in case of plague, epidemic or pandemic, it took several months or years for things to get back to normal again. Throughout history, people such as Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, William Shakespeare, Isaac Newton, John Keats, Viktor Frankl, Nelson Mandela, James Stockdale, Malcolm X, Mahatma Gandhi, and many more have gone through prolonged times of adversity and waiting until things took a turn for the better for them. Countless people have spent a great deal of time in confined spaces and places in order to wait out a crisis. Imagine what would be going on in the heads of the troops who have spent years being deployed overseas. Do the same with refugees and immigrants who are trying to build new lives for themselves and their loved ones in a foreign country. Or think about those people who have spent years recovering from their injuries. We can't escape the fact that waiting is a part of life. As Ryan Holiday writes, life is full of waiting. It's filled with moments of forced stillness. We are delusional to think we'll be exempted from this, that things are going to happen at our pace and on our terms. Yes, we have been waiting for months now, and it sure feels like we are going through hell. But do you think going outside for non-essential purposes, visiting public places, and acting recklessly, or defying safety guidelines to prove a point will make things better for you? Come on, folks. We humans are better than this. And if we really choose, we can all master the art of waiting. We have absolute control over how we respond to this crisis. And no matter how long this pandemic prevails, we have it in us to act safely and wisely until we find a permanent solution. Yes, courage is standing up, becoming fearless and doing what's required. But courage is also knowing when to sit down, practice caution, and not do things. Arthur Conan Doyle once said, "It is stupidity rather than courage to refuse to recognize danger when it is close upon you." There's a fine line between courage and stupidity, and we must always be mindful of it. We must learn how to be patient. We must learn how to be calm. We must learn how to be wise. We must learn how to thrive. We must learn how to wait. Your future, my future, everyone's future depends on it. Now it's time for the Gratitude Attitude segment, where I talk about things that I feel grateful for, things that add immense value to my life. This week, I would like to express gratitude for an audio series that I started listening to last month. It's called Human Touch, a story in real time. Here's the publisher's summary. From internationally best-selling author Mitch Albom comes Human Touch, a fictional yet ripped from the headline story about how lives intersect in a small Michigan town amidst the coronavirus pandemic. Human Touch is a story being told in real time, to be published in weekly installments. As the COVID-19 virus takes root in America, a once neighborly street corner of 4 families begins to fray. A tradition of Saturday gatherings unravels into mistrust and distance. Self-protection dominates over kindness. Only 8-year-old little Moses seems immune to what is happening around him and continues to spread his own brand of joy and comfort. As people in the neighborhood become sick and begin to self isolate, he secretly visits them, offering hugs and long for physical contact. When his mother reveals a long held secret about him, that his blood somehow protects him against all illness, little Moses draws quick attention from several sources, both good and bad, and then he disappears. You can listen to this series free of cost on Audible. Here's a note from the author. By making this story available for free to all, I'm hoping to inspire donations to my foundation, Say Detroit, specifically for a project called Detroit Beats COVID-19 to help poor families and first responders fight the virus in my hometown of Detroit, which has become one of the nation's hotspots for the outbreak. To find out more, visit humantouchstory.com or saydetroit.org. I'm listening to episode 8 at the moment. This is the latest installment as of now, and have been loving both the story and the narration so far. So yeah, if it piques your interest, check the story out. I'm sure it will grab your attention and you'll be able to relate to it in more ways than you can imagine. How do I manage negativity and find meaning in these dark times? How can I develop a more positive outlook in this pandemic? How can I reframe this adversity and transform this obstacle into an opportunity? How can I develop gratitude and more appreciation towards life? How do I step up as a leader and a humanitarian and make this catastrophe my finest hour? We're all grappling with these heavyweight questions as we continue to go through the COVID-19 crisis and are constantly looking for answers to them. I have some exciting news for you. My new ebook, Thriving in the New Normal, which is now available online at your favorite digital store, is a compelling, accessible resource that can equip you to find those answers. This 8-week program comprises daily meditations that provide ideas and insights rooted in personal development, philosophy, and ancient timeless wisdom to help you navigate and cope with the unique stresses of today as we deal with the threat of COVID-19 within our homes, communities, and throughout the world. Each week, you will discover a specific powerful discipline explained and presented with related meditations every day of that week to inspire deeper reflection and application. These daily doses will provide you practical strategies and sophisticated ways to manage your mental health, protect your precious resources, and rise above adversity. As you follow and implement these learnings over the course of 8 weeks, each day will become an opportunity for you to become better, wiser, healthier, and stronger. You'll cultivate virtues such as awareness, fortitude, resilience, and righteousness to navigate this uncertain and chaotic world and empower yourself to not only survive but thrive in the quote-unquote new normal. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. I'll be releasing another private podcast this week, and it's accessible exclusively to my members at Patreon. That's right, the best way to support my work is by becoming a Patreon member. I'm not keen on taking money from irrelevant sponsors and advertisers because let's face it, most advertisements are distractions. Since I won't clutter my website, YouTube channel, or podcast with meaningless ads, my work is 100% supported by my audience. As a patron, you get exclusive access to the Karma Yogi private podcast where I release Patreon-only episodes and answer questions exclusively from patrons. At higher tiers, patrons can also get a deeper experience with the exclusive conversations feed, which includes bonus videos related to personal development, philosophy, and success psychology, along with free copies of my future books in the ebook format before their public release. If you'd like to check it out, you can go to patreon.com/Parth and become my patron there. If you would like to ask me a question or have any comments or suggestions, write an email or send a voice memo to podcast@parthsahani.com. And if you want even more resources to create an extraordinary life and become a better version of yourself every day, plus some personal insights and updates along with monthly book recommendations from me that I only share in email, come visit my website at thekarmayogi.blog and make sure you subscribe to my email newsletter. Also, when you sign up, you'll get my beautiful e-guide, Becoming a Karma Yogi, a quick and essential guide to revolutionize your life for free. Of course, you won't receive any spam and you can unsubscribe anytime. So take care of yourself, stay indoors, stay safe and stay sane. Remember, this is the time to cultivate kindness and to be and do our best. Just keep calm and carry on. Focus on your actions and let go of the outcomes, because success is a journey, not a destination, and we need to keep working towards it every single day. Thank you so much for your time and attention, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.